Alright, what's going on, everyone? Logan Stern here, and it is Sunday night around like 9 to 10, but I don't have class tomorrow because it's MLK Day tomorrow, luckily. But just hitting a late night back out in my apartment gym. I was going to try to go to the school gym today to do my first exercise. Well, because of my first exercise, but I couldn't do it because I took a long nap, so I just have to hit it here at the apartment gym tonight. But anyways, guys, I'm going to show you guys a full back workout. I'm going to be narrating it. I'm not going to be talking like I was in my last workout video where I was like showing my sets with the raw sound and talking within video. I'm just going to be recording my sets and just like narrating over. I already warmed up, but I'm showing you guys a full back and biceps workout. I'm doing, I think, like it's either 4 or 5 back movements. I know it is, I just can't think of it off the top of my head, and 2 bicep movements. But I'll show you guys what I'm doing, give you guys some tips, tell you what to do, and I'll see you guys in a bit.
Alright guys, so obviously a new style of videos. I've never really done a narrated voiceover, but this is going to be a new style of videos. I'm actually excited because I feel like I can really just show a lot of stuff I do in my workouts. But anyways, what I did is I basically had already warmed up. I just kind of did a motion without any weights of the first movement, which happens to be lap pullovers. So with bodybuilding, what I got this from my coach, but also I've heard from some other good bodybuilders, and I've seen from my own personal experience that it's actually a good idea to start out with an isolation movement. So this allows a few things. One, it really allows you to feel the muscle to build your optimal mind-muscle connection, which is very important in bodybuilding and maximizing hypertrophy. So there's that. Additionally, it's good for keeping the muscle warmed up and allowing it to get a lot of blood flow in it before you hit your heavy compounds, and therefore decreases your risk of injury. So that's one thing that I think is really cool about that. So I'm warming up with some high reps. It's my first movement. I usually do like a rep sequence for my first movement or isolation stuff of like 20 reps of around like 30% of the weight. Then I up it to 50% and do like 12. Then I'll up it to maybe like 65 to 75. Yeah, 65-ish, hit 8 reps. Then like 75, hit 5. It's like 80% hit 5, and then around 90% of a working top set weight, I'll hit 3. So I kind of will run the stack and do that real quick, or go quicker with the warm-up sometimes, or take a bit longer depending on how I'm feeling. But I'm not going to show all my warm-up sets with all my exercises. I'll just kind of show my first one to explain. But really, guys, I think it's important to work up to your top weight slowly because for a few reasons. One, you want to obviously be warmed up in optimal condition for it and decrease your risk of injury. But I think it's also great to really practice the movement. Now, for your first movement in the workout, I recommend doing some more warm-up sets or going a bit higher in reps. But yeah, guys, so that is my warm-up. Okay, so I skipped my last 2 warm-up sets because of timing, but I'm going to show my top sets now. So this is my first top set on lap pullovers. So notice, guys, I'm getting a full stretch. I'm also going pretty heavy. I'm doing like the full stack because I'm at that strength level. But really, I'm obviously getting a full stretch, controlling weight back up, and doing an aggressive concentric. When it comes to lat growth, what I've seen to be very important is to focus on stretching at the insertion and going to pulling at the origin, contracting there. And as you notice, guys, my last rep was a grinder, going to failure.
And here's my second set, my back off. So for this, I just took a play off the stack. I don't remember how many reps I did at this point in time, however many I did in the video, but I was able to get more reps on this set. Basically, it's my second set of this movement. I only do like 2 top sets. Well, I do 1 top set, then I do a back off for this one. Really, I just want to focus on getting a pump and a mind-muscle connection. And I found that 2 sets for this is great. So that's, yep, my grinder. And now here's the next movement. So the next movement I'm doing is going to be some machine rows. So usually I do barbell rows, but at this gym I only have access to machines. I'm doing some machine rows. Obviously, barbell rows are better in my opinion. I personally get a much better mind-muscle connection than with this machine with the neutral grip. But anyways, so for my first set, I usually aim for 8 to 10 reps. Then my back off set, I do 10 to 12. With this machine, I was able to do a lot more reps, obviously, as you guys can see. So this is my first set. Again, I'm doing an aggressive concentric and going to failure. So that was my first set, and now my second set. The pump cover's off because I have a pump now and I don't look tiny anymore. Just kidding, but now I'm going a bit lighter, but I'm also going to failure still. So as you guys can see, I'm doing an aggressive concentric, explosive, controlling the eccentric. Looking back, it's not perfect on this, but it's not just like flimsing around. And I'm getting a good pump and a good mind-muscle connection. This is the key with bodybuilding, guys. You really need to get your muscles you need to put as much stimulus as you can in your muscles to break them down. So now it's the third movement, and for this one, I'm doing some bilateral dumbbell rows. So this, I have kind of some interesting form. So I'm actually warming up still. I'm doing 35 smart warm-up sets. I did a couple lighter ones, I think. So I noticed my back is bent over. I'm bent over a bit too much. Ideally, you don't want to do this. It's not really the best position for your lower back to be in. You can, I think for me, it's fine because I used to deadlift heavy, and it's pretty lightweight to just hold in a position like that. But ideally, for this, you should keep your torso parallel to the ground rather than bending to the ground. So I think this is actually my last warm-up sets. I'm only doing like a few reps. Yep, 3. Okay, so you're going to notice for form, what I do is I keep my elbows flared out to the side. Basically the way you wouldn't want to bench press, the most unsafe way to bench press, except I'm trying to row. And then I pull it to my torso and really focus on retracting my scapula and feeling it in my upper traps. So what this basically does is it allows me to, it's a compound movement, but I'm definitely hitting my upper traps more rather than like my lower lats, which I'm already hitting with other parts of my workout, especially when I do bent over rows for my second movement. So here's the top set. So I'm hitting the 45s for this. I ended up hitting, I think, 12 reps. I honestly filmed this like a month ago, and I'm now voicing over it. But for me, this is pretty big because I've been stuck at this weight for a while. I originally was only lifting in the 8 to 10 rep range before I tried to increase the weight. I increased that range to 8 to 12, so I've noticed I'm able to get more comfortable with the weight before I move up in weight. So, yeah, first rep, pretty good. I've really noticed that like controlling it on the way down is also a good way to just get more reps, because controlling it on the way down really builds more eccentric control, and it gives you more strength in that pattern, and along with it just kind of builds your confidence with the weight. And if you look at it, a lot of the best bodybuilders train with great control over the weights. Nick Walker is a great example. Big guy, and he has insane control over the weights. So yep, here I am getting my straps off and getting a flex, half-ass flex. Back off set time, so a little lighter this time, going down to the 40s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I've really found to be important with back off sets, especially, or something that just helps me, is really trying to get my form down even better. It's actually easier mentally, just because I've already done my heavier weight, and going down to lighter weight actually feels good. You're a bit more inclined to push yourself because you're like, well, I'm not really going heavy, so I have more control over the weight. So I think that helps in a sense. Now, as you guys see here, I actually gotten some good lighting and got a good flex in instead of that half-ass one I got just before. So I got to take advantage of the pump, guys, because my pump was pretty insane at this point in the workout. All right, and now we're doing the next movement, which is basically going to be another machine row, chest supported, with an actual neutral grip. I mixed my words up on the last one. This is a neutral grip, kind of like basically just the way your hand would be facing whenever you're just in a standard stand-up position. I should know the exact term because of my studies for college, but whatever. You know what I mean. So anyway, so I'm basically pulling it back again, controlling the eccentric. And for this one, you really want to focus on contracting in your middle backs, like your lower traps. And this is really good for like building that part of your traps where you see like all the little shreds. Looks pretty cool. So I did my first top set of 10 to 12 reps. And then what I do for my next set is to do a rest pause set. So I'm using the same exact weight, going to failure. Then I take like a break where I get like 15 to 20 deep breaths in. So it's at least like 20 seconds. Then I go again to failure. Then I go again. All in all, I get a lot of reps, usually around like 20 plus. And yeah, so this is a really great set intensifier. Great way to really fatigue yourself. I think doing rest pause sets is great on machines because it's pretty safe on your body. It's generally safe to like, be able to do it, go into failure and doing these extreme intensifiers like this on a machine rather than like when you're supporting a free weight. So yeah, I'm like grinding it out as you guys can see. So went hard, had to fight through it, then I just exploded and got it. Now I'm just resting a bit, moving around quite a bit. It's funny, I don't really notice all this stuff when I'm training. I just notice when I see my videos. So, yep, time to go again. And here we go. Again, I don't remember all my exact reps because it's a while ago. So 1, 2, 3. Notice how it's much harder. 4, 5. But you really can push yourself harder with these. 6. You'll see it's crazy how much growth you can get from these. Yeah, I got like 8.5. So here I am resting again, not moving around as much this time because I'm just so fatigued at this point. Usually my last like part of my rest pause set, my third attempt or whatever you want to call it, I get significantly less reps because at that point I'm just dead. So here I am, about to go. And for these, get pissed off, think dark thoughts, do what you gotta do to get it up, like with good form obviously, but this is your opportunity to really force yourself to grow, and honestly, you can really build yourself mentally from training this hard. So it looks like I got like 5-ish reps, I think. So yep, that's it. Now we're doing some lat pull downs. So for lat pull downs, I have another back day where I do some standard sets of like 8 to 15 reps for lat pull downs, but for this, I just do like one giant Widowmaker set with like 30 to 40 reps. So notice I'm coming down to around my chin. You don't need to go all the way down to your collarbone. I think it can be a little awkward, maybe not the most safe thing to do. So you want to focus on, again, getting the stretch at the insertion of your lats and contracting at the origin. So for this, I aim for 30 to 40 reps with a Widowmaker set. And basically whenever I get 40 reps of less than 3 breaks, I basically up the weight. So if you're wondering what a Widowmaker set is, this isn't really an exact Widowmaker set. I guess it's more of like a Widowmaker / rest pause. I'm not resting as long though with my rest pause set. So basically you pick a weight you can do for like 10 to 20 reps or whatever. And then you aim for like about 3 times, 2 to 3 times the amount of reps, and take as many sets or breaks as you need. This is another one that really gets your mind going, and you're going to reach true failure on. And honestly, I really enjoy this part. I get an insane pump from it. So this is my last back movement. So usually you're going to want to do like your hardcore intensifiers later on when you're done with them, when you're finishing off a muscle group, because you're not going to like need much more strength for it for your next exercises. So I did my heavy compounds earlier on, where I went to failure, but I wasn't doing all these insane intensifiers yet. And now I'm like finishing it off with the machines and the harder intensifiers. So yeah, guys, on this specific lat pull down machine, the weights feel a little heavier than what they say they are. So whenever I go from this gym to my NAU gym, the weights actually feel much better there. So that's one thing I've really noticed. With a lot of machines, the weights aren't really universal, so it just really matters like you're breaking it down and like you're progressing on that specific machine. So another thing I didn't really talk about yet is progression. So every week I try to get more reps than last time or increase the weight. Basically the way my program works, I have a designated rep range. I pick a weight. Once I get it like the top end of the rep range with the perfect the top end of the rep range with a specific weight and perfect form, then I go up in weight and start in the bottom range and go to failure, obviously. So this is really how I drive your progress and keep tracking a log. Time for another flex session with my shirt off. So at this point, my back is like insanely pumped up. I just did all my back stuff, and I'm doing a front double bicep. I'm honestly really happy with my lat growth. It's probably been the area I've grown the best, like on this bulk with my new coach. But really, I've grown all around, but I think especially my lats is the place I've seen the most progress here. I'm turning around, and I'm happy with like how lean I am, like being like, I think at this point I was like 6 months into bulk. So I have some lines, some slight striations in my back. So I would estimate I'm like in the mid-teens for body fat percentage, but yeah, the lighting in this part of my apartment is insane, so I always take advantage of it during these back workouts. So now we're going to do some biceps. So here we are doing some hammer curls. I'm just warming up with some light weights. I usually do one arm at a time when I'm doing my heavier curls, but for warming up, just to save time, I do 2 at a time. I think I'm doing, 10s here. So again, I kind of warm up the same way. I do like higher reps and gradually decrease the reps as I increase the weight when I'm warming up. I really don't want to like go to failure with warming up, just more so build like enough, get enough blood in the muscle and maybe get a little bit of pre-fatigue, but not much. So here I am doing my last warm-up set. I skipped a few of my warm-up sets. I'm just doing like a few reps of the 35s. Yeah, I think I did like, it looks like 4 or 5. I don't know. All right, so top set time. So doing some heavier hammer curls. My coach told me to go a bit heavy. I should probably like have him critique my form a bit. I cheat a little bit on these, but I'm really getting my muscle connection still and going all the way up. So for hammer curls, you're hitting your biceps, but also your brachialis, which is like that side thing on the side of your humerus, like in between your biceps and triceps, and your forearms a lot. I've noticed a lot of good forearm growth from these, so heavy hammer curls are a good way to do this. Just don't go too heavy to the point where it's not safe. So now I'm doing my back offset, or what I do is I go to failure in a certain rep range, and basically I go to failure on that arm, and it gets hard, but I get an insane pump from this, guys. I go to failure, and once I can't hit any more reps, I use my arm to assist me to get a few more reps to hit the top set of my rep range. So once I get the top set of that, I hit the top of the rep range unassisted, then I increase the weight. This is killer. Yeah, I'm barely even like doing any work, but I'm still like able to push myself, get the fatigue. I just drop the weight and I'm like shaking my arm off. So yeah, it was pretty intense, but definitely a great set intensifier. Usually I rest a little longer. I guess I'm just jumping straight into it with my other arm. So now I'm doing this 1, 2. My right arm I think is a little stronger on curls. I think everyone has some natural like imbalances or whatever, but it is what it is. So I'm going down like the full range of motion that I'm comfortable. You really don't want to like hyper extend because you can like potentially tear a bicep, or it's just mentally scary too. So yeah, I'm going hard, cheating a little bit, but I'm still like getting that fatigue in. Yeah, now I'm like dying. I'm assisting, getting a few more reps in. Face is just like squinting and stuff, and I drop the weight. But yeah, so now the final movement. I'll be honest, guys, I just started doing this. I'm doing some preacher curls. For this one, I'm a little freaked out to go super far down just because like it kind of puts your arm in a vulnerable position. So I'm gonna actually talk to my coach with this movement and ask him like how far I should go down. So I'm going down, getting contraction at the top, and basically pulling it, curling it towards me. I mean, I would say like I probably should go a little further down, but I'm like gonna honestly consult my coach and ask. I'm learning this one, so I wouldn't like necessarily copy what I'm doing with this if like I were you. But yeah, guys, basically I ended up doing like 2 sets to failure, or near failure, I guess, with both sides of my both arms. And that's basically it for my workout, guys. So yeah, this is a new style of video. I just really want to take you guys through workouts and show like what's really helped me, give some of my pointers with like bodybuilding and like maybe powerlifting in the future. Like I said, I'm going to compete in bodybuilding. I'm planning on doing a show, I think like roughly a year from now, like next February. I'm going to probably bulk another like 5-ish months or so, then start cutting, maybe take a break depending on like what I'm doing in the fall, like a month break or something. So right now I'm like not very lean, not fat though. I got it set on my body fat's probably like in the mid-teens, like somewhere in the like 16 to 18 range, maybe. I don't know exactly, but at the point where I can still keep bulking and like do it for another like 5 months in a slow manner. I'm not going to get like above like low to mid 20s, which in my opinion is kind of like the max range for bulking before you start getting like unhealthy and just start looking fat overall. So that's basically my plan with that. And once I start my cut, I'm going to get like insanely diced. I've been lean before, or maybe like semi-shredded on my last cut. I got down to like maybe like somewhere in the 10 to 12 range. A lot of people think I was like 8 to 9, but the pictures I took then, I just like really manipulated the lighting and angles, so I looked a lot leaner than I was. I was still pretty lean though, but I'm taking things to a new level on this next cut. I'm planning on getting down to like single digits. Like I said, I want to compete in bodybuilding and win my natural pro card, so I got to get like stage conditions. So I'm aiming for like 4 to 6% on this next cut, which will be insane, and I'm excited to see what it'll look like at that body fat because I've never been down there. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, guys. I'm just looking forward to keeping this YouTube channel going, getting more fitness content out. I've gained a lot more like discipline and motivation lately to just film more videos in general, and also just fitness videos. So yeah, guys, just stay on the lookout for that, and I'm gonna be uploading more workout videos too. Some of these style, but also like maybe some vlogs and stuff, just so I can really get more content out there and more tips out there. I've only made like 2 vlogs, and the first one was pretty good. The second one was not quite as good, but it's a lot of fun making those videos still. And I found it really like growing my channel and gaining views. It comes down to my advertisement. So that's really how I'm going to be doing it, guys. I'm going to be really aiming to increase the quality of my videos. Even my life advice videos, or like my skills videos, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to start like including like more clips from just like memes or movies just for like jokes or whatever. So I'm really excited though. Those are some of the plans for the channel, and I was honestly just stoked to be able to film this workout and just give some of my tips, guys. I think, the average person, I'm not trained perfectly in this video like I said. I think the average person though, if they follow my advice in this video, they're going to see a lot more growth, because I just gained a lot of growth in my first few months of training like this, like with bodybuilding, working with my new coach. So yeah, guys, that's basically it for the workout. I think I have one more set on my other arm, so it looks like I'll keep talking. But yeah, so I think that what's really gonna help me to grow my channel, like I said though, is just really getting my content out there, just advertising more. So I'm really gonna be trying to make more content that's actually applicable to people. Obviously I need to make content that I want to make, but I think just like editing the videos is a big part for me. Like I said, it's a difficulty, so it just takes so much time. But that's really what I think is going to be helpful to grow my channel. Yeah, so at this point I'm like halfway through my set. I'll be honest, I've just been like kind of rambling about my channel, like future plans, so I'm not like paying too much attention like to this set. Like I said, I'm kind of learning this movement, but I think preacher curls are a good exercise, and I'm going to failure. Like I said, this one kind of freaks me out a little bit, so I'm trying to learn, so I won't really model your training after this one for this exercise. But yeah, so went hard, got a few more partials in, and now I'm just like standing there being like, finally I'm done with this workout. It was brutal, but got a good pump. Oh, nope, I guess I was taking a little break. So yeah, I'm doing a few more. Kind of noticed I'm really cutting the range of motion quite a bit at this point, but getting more fatigue in, getting that fatigue in the muscle, breaking down more fibers, and that's what it really comes down to when it comes to growth. But yeah, guys, that's it for the workout. It's a back and biceps workout. Like I said, I do a few more things differently, but if you want to really just get some good back and bicep growth, I recommend you copy this, or maybe take what you can from your own training and apply it. But yeah, guys, that's it for the workout. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. I'll plan on making some of these like workout videos with my narration, and also just some vlogs and other style. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share this to your friends to help them get jacked, and I'll see y'all in the next video.